Hey guys, I'm Angie Designs and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I have something really cool to show you guys. A cosplay dream of mine has always been to have some of my work published in a magazine or other features like that. And it's happened. I am in 3 issues of Cosplay Realm Magazine. I am in issue number 38, their Galactic issue, issue number 40, their Level Up issue, and in issue 41, their annual Nintendo issue. It's really cool to have these magazines in my hands where I can flip through them and see photos of me included in them in my cosplays that I work so hard on. And it's really exciting. And also I have friends throughout these magazines and it's just really cool. Before I show you guys any of the features or my friends' features or any of the other things about this magazine, I thought I'd tell you a little bit about it because I do find that Cosplay Realm Magazine is insanely cool. Cosplay Realm Magazine is by cosplayers for cosplayers type content. The people who run it are people who are cosplayers, appreciate cosplay, and put a lot of work into this. In the back of every issue, they focus a little bit on the team, which is also really cool. The way that Cosplay Realm Magazine works is cosplayers and photographers and other content creators with good photos can submit their stuff to be in the magazine. Every month there is a different theme. Some themes repeat, such as the annual Nintendo issue, for example, or their annual holiday issue, and sometimes themes are very specific. So maybe it's a very specific fandom, like Nintendo, for example, or maybe it's more broad, like horror, or holiday, or video games. So depending on what the theme is, you can submit your photos to that month's issue. Now there's a lot of information you have to submit with all your photos and such. It's a really easy process. Everything on their website maps it out very easily for you to read and look through. And then you submit your photos and they decide which ones make it into the magazine based on theme and what layouts they're planning for their magazine that particular month. They also do look at the quality of the photos that you're submitting. So a selfie you took in your bathroom probably won't make it in compared to a photo that is well taken with good lighting and maybe a little bit of good editing to it. They do get a lot of submissions, I'm sure, so not everything makes the final cut. So the more accurate you are to the theme and the better your photos are, the more likely you are to get into the magazine and published. If you have good photos and they fit the theme, you should try submitting sometime. As long as you have all the permission for all parties involved, like photographers and models, it ends up being really cool to make it into these different magazines. It's super neat. And just to do a very quick little review of the whole thing, various magazines are insanely nice quality, honestly. The layouts are beautifully done. They make a lot of sense. You can tell a lot of thought goes into them. And the aesthetics of everything is well done as well. They group things together in a way that makes a lot of sense. And the magazines themselves are printed very nicely. I will say this though, my Level Up magazine did come in with quite a bit of damage on the side of it. That's because out of the bundle that I did order, it was on the top and the box it came in was a little bit damaged. So that was not on the fault of Cosplay Realm Magazine. More so I think it was just whoever was handling the boxes that they came in. All in all, I'm not upset. This does not, in fact, the actual quality of the rest of the printed magazine. I'm still very pleased with it. So let's actually take a look at the inside of these things, shall we? So the first issue that I'm featured in is their Galactic issue, which was their May 2020 issue. So everything, there's a lot of Star Wars in this one, and the cover feature is Veronica Rey in her amazing Sith costume. So it's categorized in a really cool way, and the photos and layouts are so nicely done, and absolutely amazing. I'm really impressed by it. The transitions are also very nice. You can see so much thought was put into these layouts. It's still mind-boggling. And I really love how they have like the feature person, whoever's the feature, they have a interview with them in the magazine. I love how well it transitions because you see the rest of that photo shoot that was from the cover, and then it just transitions nicely into, oh, we're talking about her in her Sith costume, and now we're going to talk about more Sith costumes. And it just transitions absolutely beautifully. In this particular issue, I'm actually towards the front. There I am in my Rosalina cosplay, which is a Galactic princess, so I thought it'd be pretty appropriate to submit her for this particular magazine. And I'm next to this Voltron group over here, which I think is really cool because I do enjoy Voltron, or at least I did. So really cool, and I'm really happy to be featured here with this beautiful photo by Soulful Paraiso. It's just really cool that I got a whole page too the first time I submitted. It's absolutely beautiful. It's also really cool that they featured a fellow costuber Jedi Manda in here, as I mean, with that name, let's be real, she does a lot of really cool Star Wars cosplay, so she's got her own little spread here. And honestly, this is one of my favorite photos on the internet recently because all the handmaids, and there's just a few bearded ones, and it's great. It's a good photo. It's just really cool that she got her own feature. So congrats to Jedi Manda for getting this full page, like 2-page spread on just your amazing cosplays. This is super cool. And as for friends, I actually do have some friends that were featured in this one, and the features are really, really cool as they got their own page as well towards the back here. There's my friend, Go Beyond Cosplay, with their mother as Rey and Princess Leia, or General Leia, with a photo by our friend Richard Dufault, just with their own page next to this other really nice Leia and Rey duo. It's so cool to see them in here as well. The next magazine I was featured in was their Level Up issue, which focuses on games like League of Legends, Overwatch, and other games like that. Games that focus on a competitive play usually, and it's issue number 40. Looking at the contents, a lot of it is League of Legends, not surprising considering, and there's a lot of other really cool things in here as well. So it starts off with a lot of the non-League of Legends stuff in the very beginning, focusing on other video games that are really popular. And then when you get into League of Legends stuff, there's just so much of it, and it's really, really cool. Again, this person got their own 2-page spread just because they've done so many amazing League of Legends cosplays. And I just love the amount of KDA cosplays, and of course the Star Guardians. Absolutely awesome. And my feature is actually a little bit towards the back. They start focusing on different locations or characters' locations from the game. So myself and my friend are right here. That's me in my Frostfire Annie cosplay with my friend Ven Shenanigans. And Ven Shenanigans also sent in some photos from a solo shoot that they did with the same photographer. So it's all the same photographer from this feature, but 2 different shoots, I think almost a year apart. I mean, just look how adorable this photo is. And this whole spread that we got, this one page, is absolutely adorable. I love how with the snowy theme and everything, they put little snowballs for the information. Absolutely adorable. I absolutely adore it. It's so cool. And finally, I'm in their most recent issue, or at least their most recent as of me filming this video, number 41, their annual Nintendo theme. So every year they do a Nintendo themed magazine because Nintendo is such a broad subject and there's so many cool cosplays of it. And of course, me being someone who really loves to cosplay for Nintendo, I submitted 2 photo shoots and both of them ended up getting in, which is really cool. I also really love this cover photo. It's beautiful. Once again, it's categorized really nicely, Animal Crossing in the front, and then got some Metroid. It's just very nicely categorized. A lot of Fire Emblem in here, because of course Fire Emblem 3 Houses is pretty recent. Really, really cool. The feature of our cover cosplayers feature. And then I find this really cool. So this is a friend of a friend here, and she has so many Nintendo cosplays that they're featured here. And my friend is also in a few of the photos with them, which is really cool. That's Termania Cosplay. My friend Namonat Cosplay also got her own 2-page spread focusing on this concept photo shoot they did as Bowsette, which is insanely cool. They have a whole write-up about it over here, the progress pictures, and of course the photos from the shoot itself. Just look how badass this is. It's so cool. And then of course there's Termina Cosplay in her full Princess Daisy being awesome on this 2-page spread of Princess Daisy cosplayers. I love it. This photo of hers, absolutely beautiful. So pretty. I'm gonna have to get all my friends to sign on their pages at some point when the convention seasons are all back up, because I want them to all sign their pictures in the magazine. Of course, local cosplayer Makar Assassin's also in here, which is really cool. Their Milo cosplay is so good, and their Wooloo got quite the feature too, which is adorable. I absolutely love this spread. I don't know this cosplayer personally. I started following them after seeing them posting about their feature in the magazine. I've always wanted to cosplay Melodic, and this is inspiring me to do so even earlier and giving me a whole bunch of new ideas for how I would have done it. So this is amazing, and yeah, I'm definitely be following this cosplayer's work from now on. Of course, I'm in the Legend of Zelda section. This is no surprise to anyone, but let's see what I submitted to it, shall we? I am on the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time spread, and my gosh, I think this is my favorite spread I've ever seen, not just because it's Legend of Zelda and not just because my young Zelda's on it. In general, the aesthetic of this is so gorgeous. They obviously saw these photos and like instantly it just clicked for them. And also another little fun fact is, this is Flower Cosplay over here, a local cosplayer, and if you look, same photographer. We used the same photographer for these cosplays. And they both ended up in the magazine on the same page. And I don't know if the Cosplay Realm Magazine organizers even noticed that. I think they just put them in there because aesthetically they look really good together with these other photos. And also because, of course, they were both from Ocarina of Time. Either way, it worked out really well, and it's really cool to see both of his photos on the same spread. And it's so pretty. I am on the Champions page towards the back here, alongside my best friend, Theorem Productions, in the Gerudo Link cosplay I made for him. Now I gotta say, the really cool thing about this time is I wasn't on a page with only people I knew this time like the other two magazines. This time I was on pages with other people. And when we started posting things and getting our page spreads on Instagram, we all started to talk to each other, which was really cool. So Briarwood Cosplay here is really, really nice, and I got to meet them a little bit, and I talked to a few of the other cosplayers on the Ocarina of Time spread as well, saying, hi, hello, how are you, Cosplay Realm Magazine spread neighbor? So there's also a little sense of community when you're on like a spread page with other people, which is really, really cool about this. I don't know if Cosplay Realm realizes the sense of community they have created by doing this, but they have, and it's really cool, and each magazine I find cool new people to follow and get inspired by, which I really, really like. This video was not sponsored by Cosplay Realm Magazine or anything like that. It was just that I was really excited to actually be featured in print like this, which is just the coolest thing. And I just kind of want to put a little spotlight because it's really cool seeing people trying to do things for the community like this. This is such a little treat, and there's several other magazines like this out there too that do really cool things for our community. If you're interested in submitting to the magazines in the future, go to their website, I'll put links down in the description, and find out how you can submit and what the upcoming themes are. One of the upcoming themes right now, or at least at the time of filming this, is Magical Girls, so you can only imagine that I submitted a few things for that one. I might like Magical Girls a little bit, so... But anyway, if you've liked this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. See you guys later!